Hello, I'm Steph from iDriver Classic, and I'm going to talk to you about something that has been very dear to my heart for the last few months. It is, of course, Rustival. Now, Rustival is happening at the British Motor Museum, which is where we're filming today on Saturday, the 9th of March. It's a massive car show, which I've talked quite a lot about, and the theme is anything goes. And we've got everything coming from kind of like pre-war era right through to modern day, and it doesn't matter what condition it's coming in. So if you haven't already watched Carly and Ian's video over on HubNet, you probably should, but if you have and you're here for the second part of the Rustival update, well, jump on in because we're going to cover some really important bits and pieces. I wanted to start here because being a Huddersfield girl, I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, that's Harold Wilson's old car. But it does jump us really well into the first question, which is that a lot of people have been asking, what other content creators are there? What other YouTubers might I see? And we have put in something which I've absolutely adored at other places, which is a stage. And the idea of the stage is that we'll get to invite other people up to come and talk about what they do and their channels. And also it's a really great chance for you to bounce some of the questions off them. And they're creators from all over the UK. So finally, we bring them together all in one big space, and they'll be walking around the show as well. So you get to meet them there. Now you might be wondering who some of these names and faces are. Now you've got your kind of bread and butter people that you might expect, like myself, Carly and Ian from HubNet, and Matt from Furious Driving, but you've also got some absolute gems of the automotive world. People that I really enjoy watching myself, and I know the guys do as well. So just off the top of my head, and I'm so terrible when I'm put on the spot about these things, there are loads of people coming, by the way, but we have got JM, so that's JM on Cars if you watch James on there. We've got Batch, I love Batch, and I'm hoping that he matches his trousers to his car. We've got UK Barn Finds. I believe, goodness, who else have we got? We've got Wrenching Wench coming, that's Katie. You'll know Katie if you follow her channel, she's really good fun. How could I forget Kitch? We've got Kitch coming. We've got Becca from Passenger Seat Podcast. We've got Claire coming to talk to us about the Classic Car Loan Project. We've got Chops. My goodness, who else have we got? We've got Auto Shenanigans. Oh, there are so many names. I'm just going to have them running across there on a ticker tape because it's so hard to remember all the brilliant names and faces that you might get to see and meet at this event. And the greatest thing is they're all really friendly people as well. So if you see any of them, don't be shy to go up and say hello because everyone's really looking forward to having a chat with everyone. I think that's one of the greatest things about Rustival. Did you really think I was going to do one of these videos without including a Morris Minor? Well, one of the questions has been, what kind of content are we going to do? And I know that Carly and Ian have talked about what fleet they're bringing. Well, I'm bringing my Morris Minor, Nancy. I know quite a few people haven't seen her for quite a long time, so I thought I'd bring her out. I know a lot of people wanted the Proton, but I've only got 2 feet and 2 hands, so I couldn't get them both down. But as well as that is content, what is going to be coming out? Because I know that some of you that watch the channel are far too far away to be able to make it over. I know that there are people that watch in Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada, and kind of all over the world really. And I know that you're not able to join us, and you've said, Steph, we're really looking forward to watching the videos. What is going to be happening? Well, very good question. So what we're going to do is myself, Ian and Carly and Matt, we're all going to film our own videos. We're going to show you some of the cars, we're going to chat to some of the people here, and we're going to try and capture as much of the detail and the magic to share with you at home as possible. However, I do like a little bit of feedback, so if there's something that you're really looking forward to seeing or you want me to try and include within the video, within reason of course, let me know because I will do my very, very best to get that in the video for you. And I'll also share that feedback as well with Ian, Carly and Matt. Now, let's talk about cars. Cars, cars and more cars. At Rustival, can you believe we have now got over 600 exhibitor cars booked in, which does make me wonder slightly how I'm going to get round and see them all, but it's fantastic for you because you've got all day to explore and you can come and have a look round. But a lot of people have contacted me, and I know they've contacted Ian, Carly, Matt and other members of the Rustival team, and they've said, well, can I bring my car? Is it too old? Is it too new? Is it not shiny enough? Look, I want to promise you that no matter what you drive, whether it's brand new and you've got it on finance, or perhaps it's a classic which you've had in the family a long time, or it's something that's really high end, like maybe a Ferrari or a Maserati. I mean, goodness me, if you're driving one of those, you're very lucky. But anyway, Whatever you drive, you are equally as welcome. There is no brand snobbery at Rustival. Every single car is welcome, and it's welcome in equal measure. Because myself, until last year, I had never owned a shiny, nice car. I'd always had cars that looked like they were only one MOT away from being scrapped off into the sky. So I've always been one of those people that's turned up to a car show and felt like a poor relation. And that was one of the big things that we wanted to achieve with Rustival, is that you never ever felt like that you felt like you were just as welcome as the concourse car next to you. So if you're kind of sitting at home and you're thinking, shall I bring my modern car, or my classic is tucked away, or I don't really drive anything special, it's not about that. Come along, get booked in and get signed up, because I guarantee if you're sitting at home on the day that Rustival's happening, you are going to have serious FOMO when you watch these videos back. So everything's in the description box below. But what if you are booked in and you think, my car's not going to make it, it's not going to be ready, it's failed its MOT, something catastrophic has happened. Look, hands up, I wanted to bring the Marina and I can't bring it because, well, I didn't get my buttons gear and I didn't sort the gearbox out and everything to do with it. It's completely my fault. I've been so busy with Rustival, I just haven't had time to focus on the cars, which means that Nancy's coming in as an understudy. Now, it's easy for me as one of the organisers to change my car, but for you at home, you might be wondering how to do it yourself. So you might be in the good news category, where you've bought something new, where you've managed to get that car finished a wee bit earlier than you thought you would, or maybe you're in the bad news category like me and you're thinking, I'm not going to be able to bring the car that I wanted to bring, and I'm going to have to maybe bring my daily or a friend's car or a partner's car. Absolutely fine. There is no problems with that whatsoever. We all completely understand, because we all drive cars that go wrong too. So what I've done to make things easy is I have put all the steps in the description box below. Essentially, you need to email hello@rustival.co.uk with all the details that I've put in that box below. Please make sure you provide all the details, otherwise we have to ping the email back to you and it takes a bit longer. Now, in case you didn't know, everything that we do is manual. So if you are applying for a pass change, you may not get it back instantly like you might do with Ticketmaster, for example. However, you will get it back well in time for you to print out and put on display for the show. Well, one of the most important parts of this video is now. So get your pen and paper ready, because this is where we talk about exhibitor passes. Now, exhibitor passes are incredibly important, because without it, you aren't parking your car in the exhibitor parking area. It doesn't matter if you bought an exhibitor ticket from the British Motor Museum. This is the big daddy. You need this exhibitor pass or you will not be parking an exhibitor. I cannot make it any more clear. All the details for applying for exhibitor pass are in the description box below. It's all very, very simple stuff. It just asks for your name and your car details. But what it will then do is generate a pass, and that gets sent back to you. I cannot stress that without this, you will unfortunately be parked within visitor parking. I mean, you'll still be very much part of the show and you'll get to walk around, but your car won't be in that exhibitor space. So make sure you get that application in today whilst you're watching this video. Now, if you are a little bit like me, and honestly, I'm not gonna sugar the pill for you all at home, I am incredibly last minute about everything. If there's a last minute and there's a minute after the last minute, I'm there doing it after the last minute. And here's the thing. If you are watching this video and thinking, I'm going to buy tickets for Rustival, but I'll do it tomorrow, don't do it tomorrow. Do it now, because the exhibitor tickets are selling at a rate of knots. I think we've got, at the time of making this video, less than 150 remaining. It's probably more like less than 100 remaining now. There are so few left, so get that in. Now, if you're a little bit like me and you think, oh, I might have to wait till payday, fret not, because we will still have visitor tickets available. So it just means that you're parked within the visitor area, but you still get to enjoy Rustival, so you don't have to miss out. And I don't think you lose any joy if you're still in visitor, so do not panic. The one thing I would say though, is if you can absolutely avoid it, don't leave it till the day of the event, because there's only so much space. There is so much interest, tickets are selling like hotcakes, and I would hate for you to miss out on the day. I would really, really hate that. I want as many of you guys there as possible. So I guess get those tickets. Everything is in the description box below. So let's tackle something else on my list. I talk about being last minute, but do you know what else? I always forget something. So what I've done is I've created you a little checklist of things to bring to your day at Rustival. So number one is your ticket from Gaydon. You need to have that printed out. And number two is your exhibitor pass from the Rustival team. You also need to have that printed out. So those two things. Now I know that a lot of my friends that are watching are blue badge holders, and if you are holding a blue badge and you are coming and you are wishing to utilise that blue badge when you come, make sure you have that clearly displayed in the windscreen. It's a really important thing, and it just helps us navigate you to the right area of the car park a lot quicker, because we'd hate to park you up or direct you to an area and then for you to say, actually, I need to be in the blue badge area. So just a little bit there. But again, don't worry about getting your pen and paper handy, because everything is in the description box below. Let's talk about one of my favourite things, which is merchandise. And my goodness, I feel like we've been talking about it for ages, because there's been so much thought that's gone into the Rustival merchandise. And bear in mind, this is our first year. So I know if you maybe shop with Ian or Matt, you see quite a diverse range of merch. But bear in mind, they've been going for years. So we've had time to build that up. So we said, instead of quantity, let's go for quality. And we have got some really smashing bits and pieces. We've got t-shirts in both black and rusty coloured. We've got the hoodies, and we even managed to slip something in at the last minute, which was polo shirts, because quite a few of you asked about polo shirts, and we were like, go on then, we'll sort those out too. We had a quick arm twist with the supplier, and we're like, look, what can you sort out last minute? Now, I know that a few of you have raised sizing. If you've gone to each garment page, it talks about the sizing. And I think the biggest size is 4XL, which is in the black t-shirt, and that runs at 59 to 61 inch chest. So really good sizing, but as I say, all sizings on the pages, so you can check that the sizing that you most prefer is bang on there. But being a clothing girl myself and being massively into fashion, I am bringing some tape measures. So if you've just got a load of old favourites at home that perhaps look a little bit different to when you first bought them, because we all know things shrink in the wash and stuff like that, you can measure yourself on the day and you can find the most appropriate size. However, there is a little catch, because merch is all on pre-order, as you know, at the moment, and that's the only way to guarantee your size, because we have had an enormously positive response to the merch, and in fact we've virtually sold out of some sizes. So the last day to pre-order your merchandise is the 23rd of February. I've put, again, in the description box below, a link to the merchandise so you can order it up. We will have merch there on the day, but we can't guarantee what sizes we'll have, especially towards the end of the day, because I know that a few people have said that they'd rather come in, measure things and stuff like that. So just want to be aware of that. If you definitely want to guarantee your size, you want to get that in. Now I want to show you one of my favourite items of merchandise, which is the hoodies. Now I don't tend to be a hoodie girl, but one of the things that's really got me about this merchandise, and I think that we've got right, is the quality of the garments. Now, I'm very particular about this sort of thing, so I buy a lot of clothes, except that usually I'm buying crimpling off somebody dead and it's been sitting in their wardrobe, and usually it smells a bit mothbally. These are actually new, so quite a novel experience really. But look, you can tell a good garment by things like the seam allowance, the stitching, the fabric, how it feels in your hands, and the general cut on the body as well. Now I asked my very lovely friend Louise to model this, and so here you are. This is her modelling it, so you can see really up close there how lovely the quality is on these. And that was really important for me, being involved in Rustival, is that every item of clothing had to be a really good quality, otherwise I would have felt a little bit like we were shortchanging you. So you can see there as well that the logo is embroidered on, so absolutely bang on. It'll do really well in the wash as well. Just really nice quality. It's these little touches I think that are so important. Now we've got a few other bits that are going to be available on the day aside from the garments that are available online. So we'll have stickers, and we've got 2 different designs, and we have also got postcards which you can go off and get signed. So all very exciting. There's so many good things coming, and I feel really excited to share it all with you. Like, it's just so good. And also, if I look really tired, that's because late at night, every night after I finish doing all my Rustival stuff, I've been working with my friend Tom on a range of new iDriver classic merchandise. It's all inspired by Czechoslovakian matchbook artwork from the 50s and 60s. Sort of. So I hope you like it. I'm going to do a big reveal at the event, and then it's going to be available online. Now there's another couple of bits that I want to cover off with you. I was talking to a gentleman named Rich on Twitter on the Rustival account, and he said his question was what does it take to organise an event? And kind of summarising, a couple of other people have asked, what have you learned, what have the struggles been, and all the rest of it. And here's our big secret, is we have used a fantastic company called Pink Resources Limited, and they have been amazing. So we've got Louise on the team who's sorted the logo, the website, all the artwork. She's done so much and it's been brilliant. We've had Matt, not Matt from Furious Driving, Matt Pink from Pink Resources. He's come on board. He has just been, my goodness, I can't sum up in words in this video how much of an incredible support he's been. He's helped us sort all the data. He's produced all the cool facts and figures that we've been able to use. We couldn't have done any of this without their support. They've even gone as far as kind of taking that plan of Gaydon, helping us plan it all out, helping us sort absolutely every small nuance and detail and element. Because one of the big things that's zapped our time is we've been chatting away to people online, we've been answering questions, and so sometimes it really helps to have that golden thread of sensibility really running in the background, helping to just keep that project on track, keep that event on track, and also really keep everything calm, because we're all very excitable. And Matt and the team are a dependable, steady force that are kind of steering the ship and keeping us going and keeping us sane throughout this entire thing, because it is very, very easy, especially when you're very emotionally invested in an event, to become too emotionally attached at times. And sometimes it's quite nice to not only have PRL on board to kind of guide us through all the sensible bits and pieces, but to also be a really great sounding board for, should we take that on board? What should we do with this? And they've also helped sort all the merchandise as well. I mean, I just don't know where Rustival will be without them. They've just been such a great support. And you can say hello to them. They'll be there on the day. I know that Louise and Kaz from the team will be helping sell the Rustival merchandise. Matt will be milling around. So yeah, it's just really great team, really strong team. And I just don't think that we can say thank you enough for all the support they've given us. Right, it's time for me to sign off now because I need to go and get on with 1,000 other bits ready for Rustival. But I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you so, so much for all the support and all the lovely messages we've been getting, all the enthusiasm. On days when you're really, really tired, my goodness, that enthusiasm is what keeps us going. So just thank you so, so much. Remember, everything is in the description box below, including arrival times and all the rest of it. If you haven't watched Carly and Ian's video over on HubNet, you really need to, but guess what goes live next? It's Matt's video over on Furious Driving. So if you need to find it, just type in Furious Driving in the YouTube search box and you'll find his channel. But of course you know who Matt from Furious Driving is. So you'll be able to head over there, watch the next bit, and Matt's going to be talking about some really interesting bits, including the awards. That's right, and it's not going to be the shiniest car that's winning. He's also got a few other bits and pieces to talk about, including what's going to happen if it rains and some of the special other people that you might get to meet on the day. But that's it from me now. Make sure you watch Carly and Ian's video over on HubNet. Make sure you tune in for Matt's now. But until next time we meet, take care and drive safely.